We'll have to wait and see if Saab truly gets back on its feet again. It'll take months for everything to get sorted out, but in the meantime, I was able to enjoy one of the company's latest models, though it is possible I may never get that chance again. Here's my instant impression of what's got to be the rarest mass production vehicle in the world, the Saab 94X. They've only made a couple of hundred of these things, and they're probably not going to make any more. As you know, Saab's in deep trouble right now and doesn't have the cash to start building these things again, which is a shame because this is actually a very nicely designed vehicle with great Saab cues in the front end. One thing I especially like is the blue tint that they put on the headlamps. And as you walk down the side of the car, you notice that the side marker lamps pick up this tint. One thing that's kind of weird if you stand back and look at it is the way that the roofline seems to kick up at the end. That's because they've blacked out this panel to give it that kick up. When you get closer to it, it almost looks like a surfboard on the roof of the car, and it doesn't look that bad, but standing back it's kind of weird, at least to my eye. And again, they've picked up some very nice lines in the way that this thing's been designed with that blue accent. And they carry that on the inside of the vehicle as well. They've got the same styling cues. You know, Saabs traditionally have always had the ignition key on the console of the car. They've got something very similar this time, just happens to be a stop-start button, but it's where Saab has always placed it traditionally. And when you look at the layout of the dash panel here, again, very cockpit kind of a design that's oriented to the driver, something that Saab's always done. And check out this vent. I just love the design, very kind of aircraft look to it, and something that just ties in with the overall design of this vehicle. But, you know, the real proof in it is driving. Come on, we got to take this thing out on the road. For the most part, I like the way that this vehicle drives. In fact, it's kind of familiar because remember, this is built on the same platform as the Chevrolet Equinox and the Cadillac SRX. But what's different about this one is it's turbocharged. It's got a 2.8-liter turbocharged engine and it's all-wheel drive, but I don't like that aspect of it because there's a lot of turbo lag, at least at low RPMs. Once you're rolling along, no problem. This thing gets up and goes. But if you're going slow and you've got to nail it and really hustle out of the way, it's gonna take a while to get there. The fuel economy's not that bad. I'm getting around 21 miles per gallon. Although I've been trying to see how high I can get it, I think most anybody else would probably get about 18 or 19 miles per gallon in this thing. You know, I wish I could tell you a whole lot more about this car, but I can't. I didn't even get any paperwork on it. That's how far behind Saab is in doing anything about the vehicles that it's building right now. In fact, look at this. This is the owner's manual. They literally put it on a photocopy machine and gave it to us in the media. And that's why I can't tell you exactly what this car costs, and that's why I'm saying, as good as it is, this is going to be one of the rarest vehicles in the world because they're not going to make many of them. Now that Pengda and Youngmen are going to invest significant money into Saab, maybe they can afford to make a few more 9.4s. But the question is, will General Motors be willing to build more 9.4s for a couple of Chinese competitors? If I were Pengda or Youngmen, I would not count on it.
For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.